All right, folks, buckle up, because today's deep dive might come at you like a flying elbow drop off the top turnbuckle. We're diving into the wild world of pro wrestling, but not to analyze body slams and steel cage matches.
No, no.
We're here to wrestle some wisdom out of this surprisingly insightful realm of entertainment. Our source material, an article I stumbled upon about how to unearth some real-life lessons from the drama, the theatrics, the larger-than-life characters of pro wrestling.
Okay, I gotta bite. This sounds...
And trust me, as soon as I saw the title, I knew this deep dive was going to be a slam dunk.
I am intrigued. Lay it on me.
So get this, the article kicks off with this whole concept of crafting your wrestler persona. Now, before you think I'm telling you to start calling yourself the Annihilator or demanding a raise in the ring.
Yeah, that does sound kind of fun, right?
Maybe a little, but hear me out. It's not about putting on an act. It's about really honing in on how you present yourself to the world.
Right, like a more deliberate personal brand, yeah.
Exactly. And they use wrestlers like The Rock as a prime example. He's cultivated this incredibly charismatic, larger-than-life persona.
Oh, yeah. The Rock is a master at that.
But, and this is key, it's rooted in his actual strengths.
Okay, so not faking it, but showcasing it.
Exactly. It's like turning up the volume on those qualities that already make you you. And the article even had this fun exercise. The author listed their own top 3 wrestler strengths. Big heart, determination, and get this, resilience.
Resilience, I like that.
I mean, maybe years of watching pile drivers and chair shots build some resilience.
I mean, maybe subconsciously, yeah, but seriously, resilience, that's a good one.
Couldn't agree more. And it got me thinking, what are my top 3? But this isn't just about picking 3 cool-sounding words.
I'd be deeper than that.
Right. It's about really recognizing what makes you uniquely you.
That sets you apart, yeah.
What are the qualities that define you, that you rely on to navigate the world? And I think where this wrestler persona thing gets really interesting.
Okay, hit me with it.
Is that it goes beyond just self-awareness. It's about taking those core strengths, those defining qualities, and actually leveraging them.
So it's one thing to know your strengths, it's another to actually use them.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing your advantages and then learning how to, how do they put it, play to them.
Like in poker. Knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them.
And knowing when to go all in, right?
Exactly.
So it's less about bragging and more about, like you said, strategic self-deployment.
I like that. Strategic self-deployment it is.
Own it. All right, so we've got our wrestler strengths all lined up, right?
Yep.
But how do we make sure they really shine?
How do we bring them into the ring, so to speak?
There you go. Perfect analogy. And this is where the article took, honestly, kind of left turn.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what we do here.
Keeps us on our toes.
Exactly. So they say once you've got your wrestler persona down, you got to find your entrance music.
Okay, I like this.
Right. I got to admit, at first I thought, am I supposed to like blast Metallica before a big meeting?
Oh.
But then as I kept reading, it kind of clicked.
Think about it. A wrestler's theme music, it's not just background noise.
It's part of the show.
Exactly. It sets the tone, it builds anticipation.
Gets the crowd hyped.
And pumps up the wrestler themselves.
It's like this shot of adrenaline right before they step into the ring, right?
Exactly. And the article's author, they actually use Heroes by Shinedown for that.
Interesting choice.
Right. Big, soaring melody, lyrics about overcoming obstacles.
It's about tapping into that feeling of like, I can do this.
Which, let's be real, who couldn't use a little more of that in their life?
Preach! And it reminded me of this research I saw a while back about how certain songs can actually trigger these feel-good chemicals in your brain, like dopamine.
Oh yeah, music is powerful.
So it's not just about liking a song, it's about finding music that really resonates with you, that puts you in that unstoppable mindset.
It's like a soundtrack for your own personal highlight reel.
Exactly. You know, speaking of getting in the zone, this next piece of advice is like straight out a pregame pep talk. All right, round 3, final bell, you know the drill. The article calls this next piece of advice, cutting a promo.
Okay, I gotta admit, that one threw me for a loop. Had to look it up.
Huh. You and me both. But basically, in wrestling terms, a promo is like their hype speech.
Oh.
Yeah, it's their chance to grab the mic, connect with the audience, talk themselves up, sell their story.
So when The Rock talks about turning that frown upside down, that's a promo.
Exactly. Or like when Dusty Rhodes, legend, called himself the son of a plumber.
Oh, right. Connecting with the working class.
Exactly. It's about controlling the narrative. And it's not always about bragging. Sometimes it's about owning your struggle.
Owning those weaknesses into strengths.
Yeah. Using your story to fuel the fight, so to speak. And this is where the article gets, well, a little out there, even for us.
Oh boy. I'm almost scared to ask.
They suggest practicing this whole cutting a promo thing, but in the mirror.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, like talking yourself up to your reflection?
Okay, I gotta admit, picturing myself doing that right now, I'd probably lose it laughing.
Right. I had the same reaction, like, who's got time for that? But then I dug a little deeper, and wouldn't you know it, there's actually science behind this kind of stuff.
But really?
Apparently, positive self-talk, even if it feels awkward at first, can actually reduce stress, boost confidence.
No kidding.
Yep, studies show it can even improve performance.
So it's like giving yourself a pep talk, but to your own face.
Exactly. And not just a one-time thing, it's about making it a habit.
Right, rewiring those negative thought patterns.
Exactly. Shifting from self-doubt to, well, self-belief, like you were saying earlier.
And who couldn't use a little more of that, right?
Couldn't agree more. So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into the surprisingly insightful world of pro wrestling.
This is a wild ride.
We learned about crafting our gimmick, those core strengths that make us unique. We talked about finding our entrance music, that soundtrack to get us in the zone. And we even dipped our toes into cutting a promo, using positive self-talk to boost confidence and own our narratives.
And the best part is, you don't need to be a wrestling fan to apply this stuff.
Not at all. It's about self-discovery, intentional presentation, ultimately empowering ourselves to achieve our goals. And hey, if it works for The Rock, maybe, just maybe, it can work for us too, right?
Worth a shot.
Until next time, keep on diving deep, folks.